Hi everyone, I'm Priya, ESG and Ethics Specialist at Biocair, and welcome to Sustainability Unpacked, the podcast where we make sustainability easy to understand and relevant for everyone. This season, we are opening our doors to all our stakeholders, partners, and listeners across the industry. We will share how Biocair is taking action, why these efforts matter, and how sustainability connects to the work we all do. From reducing emissions to strengthening ethical supply chains, we will explore the key topics shaping our collective future. And today, I'm joined by Stephen, our Chief Compliance Officer.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen. It's nice to be here. We've been wanting to have more open conversations about what ESG is with all our stakeholders, what it means in practice at Biocair, and how it connects to the bigger picture. So here we are.
Glad to have you, Stephen. Let's start with the headline. So Biocair has retained the EcoVadis Silver Medal with an improved score of 74 on 100. And this places us in the top 15% of all companies assessed globally in our sector. What a fantastic achievement.
Yeah, it really is. So EcoVadis assesses more than 130 companies globally. So achieving 74 out of 100 and maintaining our silver medal demonstrates that our sustainability management systems are well established and independently validated. What makes this especially encouraging is that our score improved again this year and places us in the 87th percentile of companies assessed by EcoVadis.
Yeah, and I think what's important is that this isn't just a badge. Sustainability is one of our key business priorities, and this rating aligns closely with what our customers expect and value.
Yeah, absolutely. And many of our customers use EcoVadis as part of their supplier evaluation process, as you know. So this rating helps us demonstrate that we're aligned with their expectations, not just operationally, but ethically and environmentally too.
Right. And, it also reflects the work happening across the business, from operations to procurement to HR.
Yeah, for sure. And sustainability isn't something that sits in one department, as you know. It's woven into how we operate.
Oh, that's very well said. And before we get into the details, let's talk about what EcoVadis actually looks at, because it's quite comprehensive.
Yes, it is. So EcoVadis assesses companies across 4 key themes: the environment, labour and human rights, ethics and sustainable procurement. Now, each theme looks at policies, actions and results. And importantly, EcoVadis is very evidence-driven. It's not enough just to say we do this, we have to show it and prove it.
Yeah, and I think which is why the process takes time. It's a deep dive into documentation, data, and governance.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what makes the rating meaningful.
Yeah, right. But if we now dive a little deeper, let's talk about what EcoVadis said we are doing well, because there is a lot to celebrate.
Yeah, you're right. There really is a lot to celebrate. Do you know, our strongest score was an environment where we achieved 83 out of 100. EcoVadis recognised the breadth of our environmental programme, including the Science-Based Targets Initiative commitment through Geopost, climate risk assessments that we've completed, carbon reporting, low carbon delivery solutions, carbon footprint calculation for our customers, and employee training on safe handling of hazardous materials.
Wow.
They also recognise the strength of our labour and human rights programme, including our wellbeing initiatives, flexible working arrangements, employee development programmes, health and safety systems, and measures to promote equal opportunities and inclusion. It just goes on.
Wow. I mean, this reflects that we are not just reacting to sustainability trends. We are building a long-term system.
Absolutely. One thing I was particularly pleased to see is the recognition of the governance structures behind our ESG programme. EcoVadis highlighted that we have dedicated accountability, formal review mechanisms and comprehensive policies across environment, labour and human rights, ethics and sustainable procurement. And they also recognise our commitment to international frameworks like the UN Global Compact.
This is really motivating for us as an organization to keep doing the good work. But one of the things EcoVadis does also really well is, give every company a corrective action plan because there is always scope for improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. And when companies with gold or platinum ratings receive improvement recommendations as well, it's part of that continuous improvement model that EcoVadis really pushes.
Of course. And for us, the recommendations were very much aligned with the work we are already doing. If not already started, definitely built into our strategies for the upcoming year.
Absolutely. The biggest opportunity area was sustainable procurement, which we knew, where EcoVadis identified opportunities to strengthen supplier engagement and oversight. This includes embedding social and environmental requirements into supplier contracts, conducting more formal supplier sustainability assessments, and further developing supply chain risk analysis. Across all the themes, EcoVadis also encouraged us to continue improving the depth and assurance of our sustainability reporting, which particularly through enhanced KPI reporting and independent verification of the data. There were no surprises really, no real red flags. In fact, EcoVadis specifically noted that we demonstrate advanced management systems in both environmental and labour and human rights areas, which really pleased me. And that our overall score improved because of additional sustainability reporting published since our previous assessment, which again, you were very much involved in.
Which is great. And, importantly, the recommendations that you also listed and the recommendations we saw weren't about major performance issues. They were about maturing our systems and making sure our documentation reflects the work happening internally.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And EcoVadis wants to see clear, consistent evidence.
Of course.
And that's where we're focusing our efforts.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next? Because the rating is just the starting point.
Yeah, that's right. So we're focusing on three main areas. The first one, enhanced sustainability reporting. So we're continuing to improve the quality, consistency and assurance of our ESG data so that we can provide increasingly transparent reporting to customers and other stakeholders, which is a big part of your role, obviously.
Yes.
The second area is responsible supply chain development. So we're building a more structured approach to supplier engagement, working with Henry James and the procurement team, including greater visibility of supplier sustainability performance and clearer expectations throughout our supply chain. And then third, continuous improvement and certification. So we're continuing to mature our management systems and governance framework, including progressing certifications and other initiatives that strengthen our ESG programme over time. Just this week, Peter Hodson and his team have completed stage 2 of our ISO 45001 certification, which will look great in next year's assessment.
Of course, yay! That's so much is happening. And the great thing is these all aren't just new initiatives. They are already underway.
Yeah, that's right. EcoVadis simply helps us prioritise and stay focused.
Of course. And how? Now, Stephen, I am sure the listeners are curious to hear about why this matters beyond the score itself.
Yeah, so sustainability has become a key requirement for many of the organisations we work with and support, particularly within the life sciences sector. Customers increasingly want to understand not only how goods move through the supply chain, but also how their logistics partners manage environmental impacts, labour practices, ethics and supplier relationships. Our EcoVadis assessment provides an independent benchmark that demonstrates our commitment in all of these areas. And more importantly, I think, it helps us identify where we can improve.
Yeah.
The value of EcoVadis isn't just the medal, although it's very nice to get the medal. It's the roadmap. It gives us clear insight into where we're performing well and where we can continue to mature our programme so that we remain a trusted partner to our customers, colleagues and suppliers.
Yes, and it strengthens our ability to grow with our customers, like you said. As more organizations embed ESG into procurement and partnership decisions, having a credible, externally validated rating becomes a real differentiator.
Yeah, indeed. And it's not only about compliance, is it?
Yeah.
It's about being future ready. This rating helps us demonstrate that Biocair is building the right foundations for long-term resilience, innovation and responsible growth.
Absolutely, Stephen. And with this, we have come to the end of our episode. Stephen, thank you for joining me and helping break this down. It's a great moment for Biocair and a great foundation for what comes next.
Yeah, thanks Priya. And a big thank you to everyone across Biocair who contributed to this achievement. It reflects the commitment of our teams and the partnerships we build every day. And especially thank you to you, Priya.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We hope this gives you a clear view of how we are advancing sustainability at Biocair and across the wider supply chain. If you have any questions, ideas, or topics you would like us to explore, feel free to reach out. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and thank you for being part of our sustainability journey.